I hope I don't look like I have like chicken skin because I'm cold a little bit on this camera.
I think you're going to be fine.
It's quite a good camera, so they might zoom
Quality's too good.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it is chilly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Windy
I
this
thought it
week.
would be like warmer in the hotel. It kind of is.
It
sometimes.
was.
Yeah.
And then it got colder like an
I
hour
think
ago.
they might have turned it off.
Not cool. Not cool.
You want camera look or you?
Oh, either or.
Either?
Whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, we're just chatting. Okay. So, yes, here with Miss Casey O'Neill. Great to see you, Casey. Again, welcome to Seattle. I'm assuming first time here?
No, actually, I've been here.
Okay.
I think I've been here twice. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thoughts? You like it? It's
I
one of my
like
favorite
it,
cities.
Yeah. My boyfriend's actually a massive Seahawks fan. So I've been here for a game in like 2024, and then his family, some of them live out here, so been a couple times.
All right, very nice, very nice.
In the summer, though.
Yes, a little different.
Yes.
Warmer, as
Yes.
we just mentioned. But my goodness, Casey, it feels like it's been a long journey, and I forget, like, you're still just 28. Do you feel like you're reaching the best point in your life as an athlete? And I mean, has it felt like a long journey at this point? It's done so much, still so early.
Yeah, actually, we were just talking about this, so it's a coincidence. I was like, I can't believe I've been in the UFC since I was 22. You know, I feel like I've kind of grown up on this stage and matured a lot, and definitely feel like at this stage of my life, probably the most mature I've ever been as an athlete and also as a person. So yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm grateful for every minute that I've had, and I still see a long journey ahead of me. So I think I'm, you know, halfway mark maybe.
Of course, yeah. And I mean, how was the time off? Because, you know, another layoff and I believe an injury. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. But
no, I did have an injury again, so another layoff. But the last time I think I let it get to my head a little bit. This time I think I did a better job of not letting it get to my head. I think I realized that this might just be my path. You know, this might be the way that my career is supposed to go. So obviously nobody wants an injury or anything, but I've been through it now. I know how to take care of my body a lot better. I think I'm a lot smarter with that sort of stuff now. And since I came back to training anyway, I've been so much better. So.
And I mean, is the mental battle sometimes the hardest part of those? Because it's just like, you just got to wait, right? Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, I think it is for sure. I think that a lot of being a fighter is an identity. So then when it gets taken away from you, I think it's occasionally you struggle with that. But when you get through that and you build your mental, I feel like it's hard to break people once they've been through a lot.
So, I mean, having to do it multiple times now, unfortunately, like, what would you say is your best advice for someone who has to deal with, like, their first long-term injury? What would you say?
I would say get a mental coach.
Different for everybody, of course. But
Get a mental coach early on, you know, and do everything that you can, like prehab, rehab, you know, focus on that. That's your, you know, that's your fight now, I guess, as cliche as that is to say, but, you know, focus on it the same way you would a fight. And, get a mental coach. Don't let it break you. Just keep going.
Is it more difficult to have that time off after a win, too? I feel like that's like, oh, got the momentum, I'm back.
Exactly that. I think, like, winning in Australia was a big thing for me. Getting the first UFC fight in Australia, wanted to build on the momentum, had a fight planned and booked, you know, and then it gets, like, taken from you. It's hard, but it's okay, you know, like, now that I'm back and I'm healthy, I'm ready to go on a run, and coming off a win, like, I'm still coming off a win. Whether there's momentum or not, I'm still coming off a win.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. And, you know, always a very aggressive, fun fighter to watch, Casey. So, like, for you, with all these things in mind, that's all behind us. So we can look forward to the future. What do you want to show the most against Fernandes in this fight here?
I think I've had a lot of fun this camp, just kind of getting back to, like, the old me. And, like, I went back to Thailand, obviously, and did my camp with my original guys and stuff, and I think that really helped, like, bring back a lot of the fun in the sport for me. So I'm excited to go out there and just have fun again. You know, I think my first few fights in the UFC were literally just me having fun. Like, whether the skill was there or not, the confidence was and the fun was there. So, you know, I'm excited for fun.
Yes, we love fun. And I mean, a lot has been happening in the division. So, like, I'm curious from your standpoint, if you've been paying attention to things, you know, watching, what do you make of the state of the division? I think it's pretty easily the best one among the women's divisions right now.
Yeah, I like the growth of our division. I think it's a smaller division. A lot of the girls have been in there for a while now, though. So I feel like everyone's starting to find their feet,
Right,
kind
right,
of. And
right.
there's been like a lot of good, exciting fights. And of course, I don't miss any of them. And, you know, it's cool to see that we're getting like a bit of a spotlight. Even this weekend, like
Yeah.
we're getting a bit of a spotlight. So the flyweights are on top. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just in terms of like looking at the top with Valentina, I feel like she could go on forever. I don't know how you think about that, but I was talking to Macy and Alexa too, and it's like, I don't know, from somebody like yourself who wants to get to that point as well, and you see somebody as unique and special as Valentina. I mean, would it be a bummer to not get to challenge yourself against someone of that caliber if she retires beforehand? Again, I don't think she's going to for who knows how long, but
Right.
like that's always a
Yeah.
fun challenge.
I mean, you know, she doesn't, she's definitely like slowed down a little bit,
Sure.
but I think she's 37. I don't want to get her age wrong,
Roughly
but
around there, yeah.
I would assume that she's coming to the end of her career, you know, like I think age might be something that hits you like that, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, and everybody thought she was done with the Alexa loss,
Right.
but then, you know, she managed to come back, so maybe she has a couple more years in her. And I honestly don't see myself as that far away, you know, like I said, as a smaller division, I'm already ranked in the rankings, and this is a fight in the rankings, so with a win, pushes me higher. I think I'm not that far away.
So, are you like a big long-term goal setter, Casey, or is it like in this case, let's worry about the first fight, of course, always,
Yeah, yeah.
but like, what would you say is the biggest goal at this moment in time?
I feel like I used to be a little bit more of like a goal setter, but then obviously, like you said, with the layoffs and stuff,
Yeah.
I think you learn to be a little bit more flexible with yourself. So I like to be where my feet are and, you know, worry about what is next. And what's next is Gabby. So after that, I will sit down probably Sunday morning. It doesn't
Yeah.
take me long, and try to figure out what I want to do next.
Yeah,
So,
keep moving, keep
yeah.
moving. If you weren't a fighter, what do you think you'd be doing right now instead?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's so many things that I find like interesting and stuff like that. But honestly, maybe like on YouTube. I
Okay.
love making YouTube videos. I haven't done it in a while, but I want to get back on there. So
Like what kind of videos though?
just like day in the life
Okay.
stuff, you know,
Some
like
vlogs.
vlogging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I have
sounds
fun
fun.
doing that. Yeah.
I know, yeah. You enjoy the editing process? Because that's the part that gets
I don't do
people.
that.
Okay,
part.
well, there you
Yeah,
go. Then you're
yeah.
fine.
I would probably have to learn if I wanted to do
Yes,
it as
yeah.
a job, but yeah, for now,
Time-consuming.
I like just being in front of the camera and, you know,
There you go.
letting the fans in a little bit
Sure,
and stuff like that.
sure. Okay, very cool, very cool. Well, on that note, Casey, do you want to play a little game? Just a quick
Sure.
one.
Yeah. let's
Explain
go.
this post. We're going to go into your Instagram history.
Explain the post.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I got one right here. Not
This
a
is
crazy
like a
one.
Nightmare.
It's not a crazy one.
Okay.
It's a very fun one, but it looks
Yeah.
like the first time you met Misha Tate. Yes.
Yes.
Explain this post. What was happening this day?
Yeah, it wasn't the first time we met, but we had met a couple times, and obviously, like, I was very young, like I said, when I first got into the UFC and came to America, and going to Extreme, you know, she
Right.
was like kind of the it girl of Extreme, so getting to train with her and stuff, it's a bit like of a starstruck
I'm
feeling as a
sure.
22-year-old, you know, and even as like a competitor and as an athlete, it was nice to like test myself against her and stuff. So, so yeah, that post she was a super nice person, super good to train with. So
It's a great picture.
yeah, I forgot about this
Yeah.
picture actually. I haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Yes, and shout out to Misha, big fan of hers as well. I mean, just going off of that then, Casey, obviously Ronda's coming back. Gina,
Mm-hmm.
do you have an interest in this? Is this a little bit special for you as a female fighter, or what's your take on the state of affairs? I mean,
Oh man, to
same
be
era
honest,
as Misha.
Yeah, like I was more excited about it before, like all this like
Oh, the added
like the media
elements.
and stuff like that is going, and now I'm just kind of like, should this fight have happened like a few years ago now? You know, like I
Right.
don't know if it's what everyone thinks it's going to be, if you know what I mean. Like I'm still excited to see it as a female MMA
Yeah.
fan, but
Well, personally, I don't think it's going to be a good fight.
right,
Like,
exactly.
that's the thing.
Yeah, like do I want to see it? Yes.
Sure.
Do I think it would have been better 7-8 years ago? Much
right,
better.
right.
So we'll see. Though I feel like Gina hasn't done it in a very long time,
17
let
years,
alone
I think, which is
yeah,
insane.
yeah. And then Ronda obviously like very famously exited the sport
Right.
quite quick. Sorry. So we'll see what happens when they show up. I guess I will watch.
Yes, eyeballs,
So,
right? It's a
yes.
bringing eyeballs to the sport, which is a big thing. But
Yes.
yeah, didn't expect that one.
Yeah, that's not like my female MMA like dream fight now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the times have passed.
Well, now you got to
the
tell me.
torch. Oh,
If you
you know,
had to
like
pick.
Joanna's always been
Of course.
one of my favorite fighters to watch. So That would be like an A side. As far as a B side,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell you at the moment. Like, there's no one that's really coming through that I'm like, wow, I'd love to see that.
Sure.
But the Amanda Kayla fight will be cool too.
That is
That'll
true.
be a better one,
That is
I'm
true.
sure.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe slightly I wish Amanda would have not retired before that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it will still be good,
Yeah.
I do think.
I mean, I think it's hard for, just as devil's advocate,
Sure.
it's hard for women that get to that point, right, where they don't really feel like they have a lot of competition to fight, and
Yeah.
they have a lot of money, and they probably think like,
Right.
but she did get drawn out for Kayla, so.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a big fight.
Yeah,
It's a big
yeah.
fight. So, but either way, Casey, very excited for your fight. It's great to
Thank
see
you.
you back.
Thank
Always
you.
love watching your fights, and great to chat with you again. And hope you get to enjoy this trip in Seattle. Overall, outside of the fighting aspect. So, thank you so much, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you, appreciate it.